The common take in many circles is that masturbation is natural. But is it? And if yes, to what extent? How many times is too much? What are the effects if you're hooked? Watch this video until the end for concrete answers to these questions based on data, as I also reveal how masturbation can be a trap to your life. I'll share my personal insights on how Stoicism can help you overcome masturbation effectively. According to WebMD, 95% of men admit to masturbating, compared to 89% of women. For married individuals, the rate is 70% for both men and women. In terms of frequency, more than 40% of males and 22% of females admit to masturbating daily. 55% of men and 48% of women masturbate at least once a week. Modern medicine further opines that even animals do it, with male kangaroos giving themselves blowjobs and female porcupines using wooden sticks as dildos. As you pause to process that, let me take you back in time. According to the Sumerians, who were the first inventors of the written Western language, the creation of the Tigris River was as a result of the masturbation of the Mesopotamian god, Enki, whose ejaculation flooded the earth. Masturbation was historically condemned, particularly for men, as it was seen as squandering vital bodily fluids intended for procreation. This belief was deeply ingrained in many societies, shaping moral codes and sexual norms for centuries. Consequently, masturbation was often associated with shame, guilt, and even physical and psychological harm. Fast forward to today, and it's clear that masturbation has evolved from a taboo topic to one with recognized health benefits for men, including aiding in the battle against insomnia. After climax, the male brain experiences a significant drop in sexual desire, triggering a natural shift towards sleep. However, lurking beneath this seemingly harmless benefit is a subtle trap. This routine, when relied upon too frequently, can become a crutch, replacing healthier sleep habits and deeper emotional connections. Instead of addressing the root causes of insomnia, such as stress, anxiety, or lifestyle choices, some may turn to masturbation as a quick fix. Over time, this can create a dependency, where the body begins to rely on this act to trigger sleep, potentially disrupting natural sleep patterns and leading to longer-term issues with rest. Masturbation triggers the release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good hormone, which helps to alleviate stress and provides a sense of reward. But there's a catch. An excess of dopamine can pave the way to addiction. When the brain becomes accustomed to frequent dopamine surges, it starts craving more, potentially leading to a cycle of dependency where the temporary pleasure overshadows the pursuit of lasting satisfaction and fulfillment. Over time, this can disrupt daily life, affecting relationships, productivity, and overall well-being. Once you're completely hooked on masturbation, you'll find yourself grappling with compulsive behaviors that can be difficult to control. This constant need for immediate gratification can spiral into riskier activities, like experimenting with dangerous practices to intensify the experience. Shockingly, 30% of suicides among males aged 12 to 20 are linked to autoerotic asphyxiation, a deadly attempt to heighten pleasure that tragically ends in loss of life. The line between seeking pleasure and putting oneself in harm's way becomes perilously thin, making it crucial to understand the dangers of unchecked desires. So how or where does Stoicism help with all this, you might ask? For the Stoics, masturbation wasn't merely a pursuit of physical pleasure. It was viewed as an opportunity to cultivate self-awareness and self-control, essential pillars of a virtuous and fulfilling life. They believed that by understanding and managing our impulses, we could develop greater discipline and wisdom, allowing us to live in harmony with our true values. This practice wasn't about denying pleasure, but about aligning it with a higher purpose, ensuring that every action contributes to a life of integrity and inner peace. The wisdom of Stoicism can become a guiding light when dealing with masturbation. The Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, understood that true freedom isn't found in indulging every impulse, but in mastering them. They believed that by controlling our desires, we gain the power to shape our lives rather than being shaped by fleeting temptations. To the Stoics, self-discipline wasn't about denying pleasure, but about choosing the right pleasures, the ones that lead to lasting fulfillment rather than short-lived satisfaction. Imagine a life where you're not at the mercy of every whim or craving, where your actions are dictated by reason and purpose rather than compulsion. This is the freedom the Stoics aspired to, a freedom that allows you to live with integrity, focused on what truly matters. They taught that the key to a meaningful life lies in the ability to rise above momentary desires, to seek the deeper joys that come from living in alignment with your values. Let me share a story that might resonate. I knew someone who was caught in the grip of compulsive masturbation. What started as a way to relieve stress quickly became a habit that consumed him, leaving him trapped in a cycle of fleeting pleasure, followed by deep regret and isolation. He felt powerless, as if his desires were controlling him rather than the other way around. But everything changed when I introduced him to Stoicism. By embracing the Stoic principles of self-awareness and moderation, he began to regain control over his impulses. It wasn't easy, but with time and practice, he shifted his focus from short-term gratification to long-term fulfillment, ultimately finding a sense of inner peace and a renewed sense of self-worth. In a world where it's easy to be overwhelmed by instant gratification, the Stoic approach offers a path to lasting contentment. It's a reminder that true happiness comes not from being a slave to your desires, but from mastering them and choosing a life of purpose and virtue. So let me ask you this: where is your life heading? Do you truly believe that surrendering to these fleeting moments of pleasure will lead you to the confidence or success you're striving for? Take a moment to reflect. Are these habits helping you become the person you want to be, or are they holding you back from achieving your full potential? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with compulsive behaviors, especially around masturbation? What challenges have you faced in trying to overcome them? How have you worked to regain control and find balance in your life? Your experiences might just help someone else who's going through the same battle. So please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue this journey together, building a community that supports each other in finding true happiness and fulfillment.